Welcome, everyone, to Tucson, Arizona. Arizona Stadium with this red and blue crowd ready to bear down with their Wildcats. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Arizona Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Arizona will put it away to start this one. He'll bring it out. It's Love. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense takes the field. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game. So who do you look for? The tight end. And there aren't many better than this guy.
Now, and that pass picked off. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32.
Man, does it get any better than that? Creating a turnover on the very first play of the game. You talk about doing this all week. You talk about, we can beat this team. We're going to go out there and execute. And to do it, the first snap, belief, climbing through the roof, baby.
Excellent field position here for the offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Wildcats have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll put the tight end in motion. A first down run on the doorstep. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Picked up 6 on that last one, now 2nd and inches. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
The Boilermakers are in the hurry-up. Quick release on the RPO. Oh, what a move! He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Card. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Lining up for the PAT. And it's perfect. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Using his legs, it's Conley. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Little touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A little screen to the running back. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Arizona runs out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Running it back, it's Fieneman. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Quick strike complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And the Boilermakers are rolling down the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. On target over the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
We've seen really nice balance here on this drive. Quarterback's 3 for 3. He's picking this defense apart. They've also run the ball well, too, and here they are down close to the goal line. This defense has no idea what's coming next.
The Boilermakers line it up with a 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Card. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Touchdown, Purdue! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team out there getting set. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Gonna run it. It's Conley. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Arizona right back to the line. The give to the tailback. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run it from the gun. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. They go to the ground. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3.
Offense facing 4th down.
The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air. It's Card. Got it set up on the outside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They tried to set up that screen. The problem was, David, they left a big hole in it for the tackle.
And just a great job by the defense. Like, that's a fool you play. That's a trick you play. It gets you to run upfield, rush the passer, slip it behind you. The defense did not bite. Great play. Great job stopping them on third down.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats.
Purdue 14, Arizona 7.
Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Dialing up a second down pass play. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in third and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And it's incomplete on third down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Arizona runs out the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Makes a move, and the returner goes down. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. To the air, it's Card. He's right on target. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route. You've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
The Boilermakers pick up the first down.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. He'll just keep slinging it. Oh, he makes the catch. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
And the Boilermakers are flying down the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Working his way and keeping those legs moving, picks up 5 down to the 14.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to get this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the right. Bulls his way forward. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
He's got it on the run. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boilermakers! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So that drive covered just 44 yards and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Set to kick it off.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The give on the inside. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And the Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback on the keeper. Gets it past the marker. At midfield, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
And listen, my QB is my smartest player on the field. He's got to understand where those sticks are, understand how to run that option, but more importantly, get me that 1st down, a new set of downs so I can be explosive again on offense.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Wants to throw. It's Fafita. Pressure coming. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Oh, he missed it. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
21, Arizona, 7.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again.
Running toward the tape. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. The pull and throw off the RPO. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
He's got it on the right, and he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's complete to the left. And that is good versatility there and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Purdue!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Back to pass, it's Fafita. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Catch in the middle, it's Patterson. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Got it in the middle, it's Burnett. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Burnett. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Lets it go to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, we know down here when you're throwing into the end zone, the windows are so small. Ball gets tipped like that, there are a lot of defenders lurking around. QB's lucky that one wasn't picked.
They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on 3rd down, they can't afford for this possession to come up empty. Looking to throw, it's Fafita. They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Right down the boulevard, it's good. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
He's going to pass. Looking deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, many thanks. Happy to provide a break in the action to kind of pour over exactly what has transpired so far. An entertaining first half, and we've got a multi-possession lead to break down thanks to the surgical precision of this offense. Might honestly take more time to talk about what didn't work than what did. The running game, the passing game, gadget plays have worked. Now it's just a matter of finishing the job. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Arizona Stadium.
The Boilermakers will line up to kick off and start the second half. On the move from inside is 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Arizona in a hurry. Wide out in motion. To the air, it's Fafita coming after him. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Reels it in down the left side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Looking to move it through the air. It's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Complete to start this drive. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Scanning the field, it's Card. He looks that one in nicely. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
The Boilermakers with the 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong that they can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's McCoby. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw, using his feet to buy time. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
Well, it's a really nice job there on that third down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously, they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up fourth down.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. To the air, it's Fafita. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Wide receiver shows motion. The receiver on the jet sweep. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Burnett. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Patterson.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Arizona has it in the red zone. Motion from the offense. Run in the red zone, it's Conley. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Right back to the well.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Brings up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Fast motion from the offense. They'll leave it with him. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2.
Gain of 2. Brings up 3rd down.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He makes a grab. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
The option look. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona! Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they make the extra point to draw it closer. It's 28-17. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Love. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Looking for a crease. It's McCoby. Open space at the 25. Makes the stop at the 30, but a big 15-yard pickup gets him out of trouble.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. They're going to ride this running back. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Dropping back, it's Card. Finds his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Snags it over the middle. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
And the Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Dropping back, it's Card. They're bringing heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. They'll try the run. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. Still running at the 40. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football, so the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
From the gun, the give, looking for room.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Fafita. He finds his man. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And that's in Arizona.
Arizona moving the ball quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
Trying play action. Fires to the right. Wide open downfield. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Gets it out quickly. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Now they'll try to get the 2 and make it a 3-point game late. Trying to pound it in. Hard-hitting tackle.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Paula, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Looking downfield, it's Card. Throws for the tight end. Working the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Trying to find his man on first down. Quickly complete. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Makes the grab over the middle. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
This is so interesting right now, watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense they're taking advantage of. 2 straight completions. I won't be surprised if they throw it again.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Finds the tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him to him?
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Back to throw, it's Card. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the fourth quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
The Boilermakers want to crank the tempo. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They can move that thing 1 yard here. That'll probably wrap this baby up. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. 1st and goal. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they add 6 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Number 45.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
39. Set to kick it away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down.
First and 10.
Looking downfield, it's Fafita. Fires to the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Now on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory, now 1st and 10 from their own 45. Makes a connection. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. He'll come out throwing on first down. He tries to take the top off. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Arizona right back to the line. And they spike it to stop the clock.
Incomplete. Brings up the second down and goal to go.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Back to throw, it's Fafita. He makes the connection. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. When you see all those defenders around your intended target like that, just throw it in the ground or throw it away. I mean, that's a completion that loses yards. You're just hurting your offense there.
If they can pay off this 3rd and goal opportunity, man, oh man, those collars grabbed in the end zone for a touchdown, and there's still a hill to climb, but they are still fighting, staggering, stumbling, but still upright and not finished yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ballgame. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
PAT unit on the field.
On for the extra point.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Just under 40 seconds to go, and it's going to come down to whether they can get this onside kick to have a shot. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee.
Today's final